Hello, everyone. Yes, I know this wasn't supposed to start for another 45 minutes, but you know what? I got done with my shit early. My awesome co host, Jack Bears, got done with his shit early, and we have got to talk about The Mandalorian,
Yes,
Season 2, Episode 8.
the rescue.
Oh, oh my God. Okay. Okay. If you haven't figured out, folks, uh, and Darth Revan is already in. Hey,
Hello.
Darth Revan, we just started, buddy. Hey, we are
How are
going to
you?
talk about this fucking great. Oh,
Oh,
oh, I was doing this. Oh, oh. I was like, no, 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 no. Oh my God. Okay. Okay, guys. Okay, we got to put some structure here, otherwise we are going to totally be screwed up. And I'm drinking and I'm smoking, so we're gonna make it work just fine. All right, first thing, everybody, I'm gonna go down the line. We're gonna give a quick, try to keep it at about 1 minute. There's no clock, just try to work with it. 1 minute overall on this episode. Jack Beers, I want you to start off with it. Just go with it. Spoilers are all around. I don't care. 1 minute, just your geekgasm reaction.
Well, when I first was watching it, I wasn't expecting to see Luke. I was
Mm.
yeah, like we talked about this before. We were mainly expecting to see Ezra. Probably, we talked about the possibility of Luke because he was setting up his academy, but we didn't think it was going to happen. I think at one point I said that I hope maybe if not Luke, maybe Luke sends R2D2 down to get Grogu.
We're
Uh,
going to talk about that because I remember those talks.
so to actually see it happen the way I want, my best case scenario, the way I wanted to see it, was just wow. And the way they did it, the slow reveal of it, was chef's kiss.
I remember you talking to me about that too.
Yeah,
Yeah, you said the slow reveal. I was like, yeah, I could see you doing that when I got that from you. You were like, I can see you doing that. All
I,
right.
I was just like this.
Okay, I'll tell you
Waters,
how I
watery
was.
eyes.
Oh my God. I'll tell you how I was a little bit later. But Revan, come
I
on,
don't
man.
need a
Tell me what
minute.
you thought about that and give
Star
me about a
Wars
1 minute
lives.
reaction.
Simply, Star Wars lives. As soon as I heard Mark Hamill's voice come out of that actor's body, that thing, I'm there and I'm like, wait, no, hold on. So I start running through all the Jedis that I know from EU, all the Jedis I suspect from who are the right height from Legends, and I'm there and I'm like, wait, that's a guy. Okay. So that could be this Jedi, that Jedi. That's a human. That narrows it even down even further. No, they can't. The green lightsaber, I'm like, no way, they're not going to. And then the hand with the black glove. I literally went, thank you. I sent a tweet to Dave Filoni that said, thank you.
Oh, okay. Okay. I'm going to give you my one. I'm going to try and keep it at a minute. I was enjoying the episode. Jack Beers and I think we kind of put together this season finale about, I'd say about 60%, maybe 65. We had several scenarios down. Uh, but we thought we were kind of thinking, okay, he's gonna go after Grogu. Obviously Bo Katan would most likely come back because they have a mutual interest. He wants a child. She wants
Yes.
the dark saber. So I thought, okay, that would make sense that she would come back.
Yeah,
So I was like, Jack and I had kind of established that, and we figured, Cara Dune would come in as well for some purpose. We hadn't really established it, but we figured it'd probably be something to do with rescuing the kid. And of
Yes.
course, that turned out to be the case. And that was fine because it made total sense. Now, then we get to the episode.
She wanted Moff Gideon
And
because she
what?
was she wanted Moff Gideon because she was the
yes,
marshal.
because of the Darksaber. Exactly.
That
So
is-
we and then we talked about after you know, Fleck and Boba Fett would most likely be involved because you know, they owe him a debt. And,
Give me 1 second.
yeah, no problem. And then, you know, so you and I really kind of got the really good basics of that episode down. But you and I, we talked about it on previous, and we were like, well, you would think it'd be Luke, but you and I both said, no, it's not possible. They're never going to do this. We were so like, I told you, I was like, I'm
I
not
didn't
going to even entertain the idea
I
that
didn't
Luke
even
is
think.
ever going to show up.
I didn't think they would go that far. I figured they would try and establish more of their Disney EU extended universe, so it would be Ezra or something like that rather than Luke.
Well, that's what we thought. We both were
Yeah.
like, well, most likely Ezra. Well, Dave Filoni.
And we were like,
obviously.
oh, they'd have to de-age him, and that's expensive, and blah blah blah.
Exactly.
We didn't
Yes,
think- we didn't think-
talked about that shit.
We didn't think that they would actually go that far. That's what it was.
For those of you, go watch some of our other Mandalorian reviews. We talked about this, and we said, no, they're not going to go there. They're not going to bring Luke in. We cut that idea out of our heads. We were like, yes, we'd love it, but we were like, no, we're not gonna let ourselves get, you know, false hope.
Mhm.
Okay, the X-wing.
It didn't even occur to me.
Oh no, the X-wing. I was like,
wait a minute.
no. I'm like, no. Okay, this
We
is
gotta go
my
down the
1
steps.
minute. Oh, let me get my 1
Yes.
minute here. This is how it worked out for me. 1 minute. Beep, 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 beep. I thought we were getting a Butch Cassidy. I thought, oh shit, is this about to be Butch Cassidy in the Sundance Kid style? And if you don't know what that is, go watch that movie. It's an old 70s, but it's fucking awesome. And all of a sudden, X-Wing. An X-Wing. Oh, a single
Notice.
X-Wing. We're saved. I'm like, no. I'm like, I was like, no.
Did you notice
No,
Baby
no,
Grogu?
Hush and let me finish. Let me finish this. I'm like, no. See the teleprompter. Dark Road. No. Okay. Maybe Ezra. I'm like, maybe Ezra adopted this, but that would seem unlikely. And it was like, you know, then Bo-Katan, a Jedi. And, you know, we're watching it through the telefeed and everything. And I'm like, this looks like Luke's fighting style, his lightsaber. But I'm like, no, I'm not. No. I'm like, no, Jess, this is not going to be Luke. They're not going to do. And then, okay, the green lightsaber. Yes, almost had me. But I'm like, no. I knew it wasn't Ahsoka because that wasn't Ahsoka's fighting style. I started to realize it possibly could be Ezra because Ezra had a similar fighting style. But then, and Jack knows because I sent him the screenshot, when that lightsaber was like this in the gloved hand, I was like, oh my God, it's fucking Luke Skywalker! And yes, I went something like that. Suck it. Yes, I freaking lost it because I knew at that moment it was Luke. And I got a little teary-eyed.
Yeah.
Fuck yeah, I did.
Did any of you notice that after she said Jedi, that even Grogu, who was out of energy, his ears twitched and his head lifted up, and he looked at the monitor that he went to?
No. Oh, you're right. Let's think about this. Okay. let's not get ahead of ourselves. Let's deconstruct this because we got to go
Right.
back to the beginning now. So let's take our time with this.
Oh
So
my
we get to the opening. Boba Fett, Fleck, and Din Djarin have found the scientist on a Lambert class shuttle. How they found him, who gives a fuck? The point of the matter is they found him. We don't know how long it took, but and then I thought it was so cool when I saw the way the electricity hit, and it was like, he hit us with an ion cannon. I'm like, I literally had said that 10 seconds ahead of that. When I saw the little, I was like, ion cannon! Yeah, I was kind of geeking out a shit ton.
Yeah, I was.
So
I
that
was so. Go ahead.
No. I mean, that was the very first part, and you're like, they figured out where he was, and he's not a evil scientist. I mean, none of these people in the Empire are necessarily evil. It's like interesting how we get it. Um, the Djarin comes out, and of course, he knows who the doctor is, and the other guy's like, "Hey, man, I ain't with this guy. We can work this out." And of course, he shoots him, and
Marked.
oh my god, that banter! I was like, dude.
And then when he tries to,
I'm gonna stop right there where he banters at her about Alderaan, and I'm gonna pass it on to you guys
Yeah.
to pick it up there. Not pick it up there, but talk about what you thought up to that point, and then we'll get to that point. But there's so much to deconstruct right there.
I thought that when I saw Slave One ship, I'm going to admit I had a little laugh when I saw Boba sitting in the cockpit.
it's always nice to see.
It is, but it's also funny because I'd expected it would have been blacked out. But again, that guy, it's like, yeah, how many? Well, he killed billions, but it's like, do you know how many millions died on those bases? It's like small pittance to a planet.
Right. Yeah. And the way he tries to trigger Kara by saying, oh, like, this was necessary and this was great or whatever. She's like, she's not even taking the bait. She's like, final chance, final whatever, last chance. And then nope, okay, boom.
What I love about that right there, when they did the shot and he did the whole thing there. Now, we obviously would understand that would be a heat blast, but let's think about that being a shot going by your ear, projectile style. It would be a ringing kind of sensation. So that was really spot on how they did that.
Yeah. Hold on, Jack, your mic's
Sorry. Yeah, I figured they might have grazed his ear or something. That's why he
No, but you also have to remember, it's a blaster bolt.
Mm-hmm.
There is a projectile being fired.
Right.
Remember, it is a projectile. It does cause a kinetic impact. I mean, even though he's got that Beskar on, he can still feel the brunt of it. I mean, that's why they have padding. I mean, you gotta have some kind of padding under it.
And if you also listen to when he gets hit, there's a ping ping, which means there's a projectile. If it was just energy, it'd be something like womp womp or something like that. But man, I thought that guy was the ultimate asshole in this episode. He's like, oh yeah. You remember? Remember Alderaan?
Yeah, when you were saying, oh yeah, there's not everyone here is really bad people. I was like, that guy was a bad guy.
Oh, that guy, you were like, nobody felt bad for him. Hey, Beast Nest, how you doing?
But this
good to see it, yo. Oh no, when he talked about Alderaan, he's like, yeah, I was there when your planet blew up. Yeah, you know how many people died millions of people died on the Death Star? And I'm like,
which one?
I'm going to say this. He does have a point that has been brought up many times. But who gives a fuck? But still, it was interesting for him to get to do it because they insinuate some kind of fan ideas that we sometimes don't imagine they'll ever get. Okay,
Yes.
I want to welcome Elihu. How you doing, buddy?
I am caffeinated.
Oh, that's good. I'm lit.
Wait,
You know what we're talking
I'm
about,
trying
right?
to get there.
You've seen the episode, right?
are you guys talking about this show,
Mandalorian.
show that takes place in space, in a galaxy far, far away, a long time ago?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
All right, Elihu. Actually, you came in at a great time. I was doing a kind of a lineup, and I was the last one. I just finished, so kind of give me your 1 minute reaction to that finale.
Okay, I knew the climactic music when everybody was in the command room, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, okay. Theatric says that something interesting is about to happen, and you see the X-wing come in. I'm like, okay, there's an X-wing. I'm like, no, they couldn't have it. No way. And you see the robe, you can see the green lightsaber, then the metal hand, and the real hand. I'm like, oh shit, oh hell yeah. But I am really glad that Boba Fett was not in that room, because if Boba Fett saw Luke Skywalker, he was like, hey man, your friend knocked me in the Sarlacc pit. Time to die. I'm like, so good they had off one little thing.
I didn't think about Elihu. I didn't think about that until the third time I watched this episode. And yes, I've seen it. I saw it twice yesterday, once today. And I was like, oh yeah, this makes sense. Of course Boba Fett wouldn't be there because he's sure as hell going to recognize Luke.
Yeah.
I mean,
that's why they had him leave.
He wouldn't be there. And what was interesting is, remember, he never, he just asked, are you a Jedi? Yes. But he never mentions he's Luke Skywalker.
Yeah.
And nobody asks. Because if he had said Luke Skywalker, and I understand why they probably didn't do this. If he had said Luke Skywalker, Bo-Katan would have probably have asked relation to Anakin Skywalker because Bo-Katan didn't know who Anakin was. So that made total sense. She has no idea that Anakin had children, and she doesn't know who Luke is.
But
And it was just awesome how they did it.
You guys realize? Oh, sorry. Go ahead, Revan.
I'm just Revan.
Sorry. Damn Irish.
I'm just going to say, what always confused me is how more people didn't put two and two together. Because they were always together. He lived with Padme, and she's pregnant. Who's the first person you're going to think of in that situation?
Obi-Wan?
He's the father, isn't he?
I turned around to one of my friends, and we were talking about like Star Wars and everything like that. And I turned around and I'm like, so you know the way Padme is really happy, yeah? You think she asked, so Anakin, yeah? Does your hands come with attachments?
Okay. No, Revan, not on my channel, buddy. You're gonna have to table some of that Irish humor of yours. No, not here. So, let's get back to the story here.
Did any of you notice something weird?
No, let's get back to the topic.
Yeah, it's the episode I'm on about. Why were they wearing those those hats? They were in space. They were wearing hats as if they were on a planet, like from 1940s. Those ear protectors. They're in space in the shuttle. They didn't need them.
Don't make me mute you. Okay. All right. Where the hell was I? Okay. So we get to the point where Jack and I had talked about in a the week prior. We had said this most likely he's going to figure out how to figure out where Moff Gideon is. It made the most sense to us, so we said that's where the finale is. We knew he had the Darksaber, so both of us figured out he would, of course, enlist, Bo-Katan's help. And we kind of said, we think maybe because they made a big deal about his calling the Force that somebody would show up. We actually, this was our theory. We thought maybe it would be Ezra Bridger, which we thought logically because Dave Filoni, Clone Wars, Rebels made sense to us. And we had kind of thought maybe that would be who would take him. And then the ending would be Moff Gideon talking to Grand Admiral Thrawn. Now, granted, this is before we found out the Ahsoka show was going to go on. So, we were giving our best guess. But we weren't too far off. But we had said before, we joked about the fan theory of, it being Luke, but neither one of us was willing to give it any thought at all, because it was like, there's no way it's going to be Luke. We just couldn't believe that they would do it. We were going to let ourselves get our hopes up.
I mean, they did a great CGI. They made him look. They took away his stomach. Made him look thin.
No, I think what they did was they facial imposed onto a different actor, maybe his kid or something like that.
No, was a different actor. That was a different actor. It was a different actor, but the voice was Mark.
Was Mark Hamill? Yes.
Yes. And that made sense, and it worked. And quite frankly, you could make an entire freaking series out of that. Right there. Just Mark Hamill, do your voice. You, guy who's playing Luke Skywalker, don't worry. People are going to love you. Why? Well, how do you know? Well, do you know who Dave Prowse is? The guy who was Darth Vader. And remember, oh God, we actually had the passing of the original Boba Fett.
Boba Fett, yeah. I forgot his name.
But that was the original Boba Fett. So he was just recently passing, and it's kind of interesting that his character is now getting really kind of the justification that the character has been, that fans have been wanting. This character, they're like, now they're going to get to start seeing more of him. Now it's like, oh, we're going to get to learn some things about him. I mean, we learned a little bit about him. Sorry.
Real quick, it was Jeremy Bullock.
He was in Attack of the Clones, obviously. Thank you. And then the Clone Wars. And then I don't think he showed up. He showed up a little bit in the Clone Wars, but I don't think he showed up in Rebels. I don't remember that. And then, of course, Empire Strikes Back, Return of the Jedi. And, you got to give George Lucas a little slack. This is back in the day when, they admitted they made a mistake. He said, if I had known this guy was going to be this popular, yes, I would have made the death better. I mean, he didn't know. I mean, who the fuck would have known that Boba Fett would become an iconic character? I mean, it was, 1981?
I don't remember. I'm partially stoned and caffeinated at the same time.
You talking about the first one?
I'm partially stoned and drunk at the same time, so we're in good company.
It'll be the second one.
But so we get Bo-Katan. It's like this is a mutual agreement. She wants, she wants the Darksaber. Obviously, they have a way to get it. They have the Lambert class ship. They've got the Slave One, and he's got a light cruiser. Okay, go in. They got a decent plan, but then they know about Dark. And it's interesting because I think that
your signal is messing up.
Test 1, 2, 3.
Coming in better.
Okay. Sorry, I'm in my front yard, so I got cars go by. I can't go in my
froze?
No, I can't.
For a second.
Backyard, because unlike Jack, the sun would be right in my face.
But what did you think of that bar fight between Boba and the chick?
Yes, I thought that was pretty cool. Well, no, here's where we're getting back to that point. That's where I like how Dave Filoni did, and we got to get to this one flaw in that episode later. But I've gotta quit talking about that because it's an issue with me. But we had, it's like sidekicks, and the moment he talks, and then Bo-Katan, perks up, and I'm like, ah, she recognizes that voice. Of course she would. And they start to like, you are not Mandalorian. And then he's like, my father gave me this armor.
Yeah, I got a problem about that. He basically said when she
Shoulder.
NBG. I got a problem with that. She's like, you're not Mandalorian. He's like, I never claimed to be. Yeah, you did 2 episodes ago. I'm like, what the hell was that line?
Hey, positive Kander, how you
Because
doing, buddy?
he's talking to basically the Queen of Mandalore.
But what I do enjoy about that is how she did the reaction. I mean, I wanna kind of put credit where credit is due. You got to realize when Katie Stackoff was doing Bo-Katan in the Clone Wars, this was voice acting.
Mhm.
When she did it in Rebels, it's voice acting. But she managed, and I want to give her fucking the maddest props in the fucking world, because the way she moves in that armor, the way she acts in that armor, the way she moved around, she was Bo-Katan. Just like Jack and I talked about when Rosario Dawson did certain moves
Yeah.
as Ahsoka, we were like, this is Ahsoka. We are believing the animation in real life. Now, I think we need to really highlight how important that is to take the
Yes.
idea of
Hang on a second. I got to respond to a
animated.
tweet. Hang on a second. I got to respond to a tweet.
Okay. But you got to think about it. They were taking animation and turning it into live action, and it was almost mirror for mirror. And we were losing our shit. I mean, this second season is one of the fucking best in Star Wars.
Yes.
For me,
Mhm.
period. In Star Wars, these 8 episodes, I really enjoyed the first season, but this payoff, this was gold. I mean, I'm talking gold so pure you could scrape it.
I would have loved just out of is we should have heard or something like that. Just to have like Boba look at the X-wing, right? Then he
Nah,
leaves.
he had already hyperspaced
No,
out.
I'm saying that we should have had him look at the X-wing and then he leaves because he remembers Luke Skywalker's like, nope, bye.
Nope, bye.
Nah. You know why? Luke wouldn't have given it much of a thought.
No,
He'd have
that's
been
just
like,
Luke Boba would.
nah, I don't think Boba would have really gone there, because I don't think he'd be stupid enough to, after watching all those dark droids get those dark troopers get totally fucking annihilated.
Yeah.
I'm not buying it.
Sorry, guys. I cannot stay that long. I got to shave.
Oh, he has a date.
All right, buddy.
No, it's not a date. I just it's not a date. Trust me. I'm going to be on Simone's Bailey's little Christmas holiday party too, so I'm going to shave. So that's why my camera's off. I haven't shaved in 3 days. I haven't combed my hair.
Welcome to the pandemic.
Elihu, you don't have to explain your manscaping things to us.
Just make it into a unicorn and we'll be happy.
But I mean,
What's the thing on
so
both sides?
Elihu, let's so since you
I can chill for a little bit. I can chill for a little bit. Okay.
Okay,
The alcohol is
let's-
only half a block
hold
away.
on.
Alcohol's half a block away. No problem. I can chill. Make me.
Nah, I'm just fucking. No, okay. So since I know you probably got to get since you got to get a little bit out. What did you think overall? I mean, 2 seasons, I think, really gave us unbelievable payoffs, and I can't believe how much I love this second season so much. I mean, the payoffs were there, they were done right. I don't care what anybody. Okay, I understand there are gripes, uh, and they're reasonable. Ahsoka's leaks not being quite as long as they should have been from Rebels, and yes, I understand Luke Skywalker's de aging was a little off, but
No, I did not think it was off.
really done, huh?
I did not think it was off. He was aged like about 5 to 10 years after the Empire Strikes, after Return of the Jedi, which basically means he wasn't totally old. He was a little bit older than we last saw him.
Well,
I like how they did that. The little creases in his face, the wrinkles. He was a little bit older.
No, I got a little bit of a fan theory. It's pretty simple too. Who's to say back to rejuvenation technology hadn't improved?
Oh, that's true.
Hey, come on! That's probably one of the most believable ones right there.
Yeah.
But I mean, so we're getting to the story. We have mutual issues. He's trying to get Grogu back. Bo-Katan wants a Darksaber. Boba Fett and Fleck have a debt to repay. So they all have basically mutually assured destruction. They get into it. Boba Fett does his thing. He shoots off after. I mean, that was some pretty cool dog fight in the Slave One.
Yeah.
And Jack and I talked about it a while back when we saw the Slave One do the
the gravity bomb. The gravity bomb.
Yeah, the gravity bomb. And we both lost our shit. So I thought it was so cool watching the Slave One. It's like, he's like, oh yeah. Just takes
I'm going to make it
like they're nothing. And I'll tell you what I loved. I love that whole TIE fighter. I love that shootout. That was so fucking
I like that
cool.
The launching of it, yes, like that's like Galactica style.
No, that reminded me of Squadrons. Someone is going to make that a Squadrons level. You know.
No, Elihu, I know what you're talking about. Yeah, Battlestar Galactica.
Yes, the loading of the ships and take off. Yeah, it just reminded me just like that. I'm like, oh, holy shit, hell yeah, finally. We saw the inside of Slave One. We saw the takeoff of the TIE fighters.
Yes. I actually
that's what I'm saying. We got to look. I know we all love the ending. That's great, but we got to talk about all the other good stuff in this episode too, man. We can't leave this out. This is a gem of a season finale.
It is. I have
the episode where the Mando was fighting on the transport with the spear. That was kind of like a prequel was going to happen because you guys know that on Game of Thrones he trained hard to learn how to fight with the spear. So I mean, this was like a teaser. It's like, how is it going to defeat? How's it going to defeat this guy?
Oh, I love how he had the Beskar spear. I thought, oh, that is so cool. He's got it. They have this attention to detail.
The attention to detail. Watch it. He doesn't have the spear, then all of a sudden he has the spear. Watch it carefully. I watched it carefully. I watched it carefully. He has no spear, then he has a spear.
No,
I watched it very carefully. I have the video
very carefully as well.
Okay, I'm not saying you're wrong. I'm just saying, okay, there was an editing error.
I didn't see one.
But I mean, okay, so they, they get in. Boba Fett flies off. That Lambert crashes. I love how the Lambert's wings go up and it just crashes. Yeah. And then all of a sudden the little mouth part kind of like opens up like a little jaw thing.
Did you hear what the stormtrooper said?
And then they were doing kind of that. What was it they were saying?
What are you doing?
Yeah, what are you doing?
You're
Get off
not
the
tough, not nice.
Oh my
What
god.
happened to that scientist?
The cloner?
I
Oh,
think he left the
He ran
ship.
away.
I don't think he left the ship. I
No,
wondered about that. I don't think he left the. I don't think he left the shuttle.
I think myself personally, because I think he has Grogu's best interest in heart. I think myself, although we didn't see it,
Yes.
he may have destroyed the sample. That's what I'm thinking.
I'm sorry, dude. I have no offense, but your accent. What did you say?
I said he may have got because he has Grogu's best at heart. If you've watched from previous episodes, I think he destroyed the samples.
That would be interesting. I mean, they left it on the ending on the Luke part, but there was so much stuff that they didn't resolve, so that's probably where they'd pick up afterwards.
You know, everybody's saying
Well,
about the
I
samples everybody's saying about the samples and the midichlorians for the either Palpatine or Snoke, right? But if they're going off of Clone Wars lore and canon, I just want to quote Yoda from the pilot episode that aired on TV. He was around 3 clones and said, quote, "You may be clones, but the Force dwells in all life forms," which means they already have midichlorians. So why do they need the midichlorian count from the Grogu? Huh?
Well,
maybe it was okay. So I'll give you an idea. Hold on, hear me out here. There's a reason why I never got pissed about Qui-Gon asking about midichlorian count. Now I'm going to explain why.
Well, M count
In the
now.
Star Wars EU, in the Star Wars EU, there was a series called Jedi Academy Trilogy. This is where Luke is now trying to start an academy, but he doesn't know how to look for Force-sensitive people. Now, he learns 2 methods during this series. One, he finds a mental ability to sense somebody's Force potential. So, someone like Wedge Antilles, he senses and doesn't get much of anything. Not that Wedge is really concerned about this. And then he does it to, I forgot who the other person was, and it knocks him over. Now, that was the first way. What he ends up finding out is during some research, he finds a device that measures Force sensitivity. And it was stated this was used by the Empire to track down Force-sensitive people. So before they knew it, they already created the midichlorian counter.
but we don't actually know how the Empire. I'm just saying, in canon, how they actually found Force-sensitive children. They just kind of showed up.
Well, remember this. Think about it this way. It's not about the fact that they're Force sensitive. Remember, it wasn't just the Jedi that Palpatine was trying to take out. He was trying to take out the Sisters of Dharma and any other organization that had any kind of Force abilities that could threaten them.
Remember what Kanan said in the episode where Zeb got his people back? There's many, many different cultures, Ezra. Not all of them call it the Force. Some of them have different names and used in different ways.
Well, yeah, that's when we had Tom Baker be, that was interesting when he's like, oh, the Jedi and the Sith, the Ashwin and the Bodhin. I am the Bendu. I'm the one in the middle. And he was right. And that is within Star Wars lore. But when we get to this point, remember, we're still dealing with the fact that this is only 9 years after the Battle of Yavin. So somewhere between either 4 or 5 years after the Battle of Endor, depending on where exactly it falls in canon. So we've had Luke in the New Republic is very new,
Question.
and shoot,
What year was the Battle of Endor? How many years
5
after?
ABY, 5 years after the battle.
Okay, well,
Yeah.
it's now officially stated then it's officially canon that Leia was pregnant during episode 6.
I don't know. I haven't.
Kylo Ren, I checked it up. Kylo Ren is officially born in 5 ABY.
The only Star Wars that is not canon is the holiday special.
Which one? There's 2.
No,
We should make that canon.
no, actually, that's
Not the Lego
true.
one.
Caravan of Courage and the Ewok Adventure.
And the Family Guy one is also not canon.
Well, we all know that.
But
We have it.
Going back to the episode.
The Robot Chicken version is.
Okay.
Going back to the episode. I
love
I
that
like-
with. I love Cleveland as R2D2.
Man, can't find. I didn't say that. I said you can't find the fact metals on this damn planet.
My sister-in-law is a lesbot.
I gotta watch that again.
Hey, did you guys read what? Did you guys read what Mark Hamill tweeted yesterday?
Oh, did you see
seen
something
it.
on TV?
Yeah,
Yeah, I think we all kind of tweeted back at him.
yeah, I tweeted back at him too.
Yeah,
He
I did too.
He tweeted something. He tweeted 12 minutes ago. He said, "The fact that we were able to keep my involvement a secret for over a year with no leaks is nothing less than a miracle. A real triumph for sports everywhere."
I will agree.
I don't
I
think it
will
was,
hands down agree. I couldn't
Yeah.
believe it. After yeah, we got to talk about that part too. Let's think about this.
They know how to keep a secret.
How the hell did they keep that a secret? How
I
do
tell
you?
you how.
That's like the "I am your father" thing. It's like, okay, I'm gonna be like this. I got up Friday morning. I knew Captain Trek would probably be on. I was like, okay, I'm gonna get up. Got in my red room. Pulled up my laptop. I was pulling up my PS4. I was trying to remember, what I was watching, and then I was popping in. I was like, oh, okay, Captain Trek. Okay, here's the stream. And then my eyes glanced over to, and all of a sudden I'm seeing shit about Mandalorian. And all I saw was Mando, and then I shut it down. And I didn't
Very
see
smart.
anything else. I was
LD,
like, shut that fucking. I slammed my computer so hard I thought I almost broke it.
When I got up,
get this. If LDG watches Anti-Trekker's stream, he will know why I'm very upset at him. Because
Yes.
I had a notification at 3 a.m. stating, "Luke who's back."
no, that was not. Okay, so I'm doing a review. I'm working on it later on, and because it's the first weekend now, I'm going to do Star Wars Mandalorian finale spoilers, and my thumbnail is going to be the episode card. That's it. No spoilers, no images, no nothing. That's how you do it. So I guess we're back. Man, LDG, he deserves a slap for that.
T gave him a new one yesterday. Don't worry.
Oh my god!
I woke
I
up-
mean, the whole thing was, all of a sudden, I was like, okay, it's. I think I woke up 7:15 a.m. my time, Friday, or no, sorry, that was today. That yesterday was about 6 in the morning. I woke up. I'm like, okay, go let my dogs out. It's frosty outside. I go let them out. Go.
Okay.
I go let them outside to go to the bathroom. I turn on the fireplace, grab my computer, go to the red room. I'm like, okay. I grab the TV remote. I grab the PS4 remote. I set them down. I pop. I'm like, oh, I don't know when. All right, the Jedi Bill on or is Captain Trek on? I was like, oh, Captain Trek's on. Okay. I checked something real quick, and then YouTube shows me what Loki's about to talk about, and it's the season finale. And then I hit Twitter real quick, and it's like, man, Mando's son. I'm like, click, no. I'm like,
Yeah,
okay.
mute those words.
I was like, I literally told when I got on there, I finished the episode, and then when I got on with Captain Shrek, he was with Bird of Prey 5, and I was like, I had to watch The Mandalorian before I came on here because shit's going crazy over the internet, and I don't want it. And I'm like,
Yes.
I didn't want. I was like, I don't want to be spoiled. Okay, something big happened. I want to see it. I want to have this
Yes.
experience. I don't want to get it fucked me. I don't want to get fucked out of it.
My cousin.
And oh my god. Oh god.
My cousin sent me a message. Good thing I bloody watched the episode. My cousin sent me a message because we message each other all the time about the Mandalorian, right?
Mhm.
And he's over in Boston. He was in his truck somewhere, and he just simply messaged me, Skywalker. No, I had seen. Good thing I had bloody watched it live. I watched it the moment it went out, and as soon as
you
it
lucky
ended,
son of a bitch. I would have lost my shit if somebody had done that to me.
I know.
Yeah.
My friend Roxanne, she's got the beer bug at the moment, and she messaged me. She said, "I haven't watched The Mandalorian. I was entertaining my boyfriend all morning." So tell me, how was the episode? And I just looked at her and I sent her a gif of the Doctor Who in Doctor Who the 50th anniversary when the old doctor touches his nose and goes, "Who knows?" She's like, "Why aren't you telling me?" And I'm like, "Watch it." And then she messaged me a little crying gift and she's like, with a little green lightsaber, and she's like, "He's back."
Yeah, I know. I was so they get in, they blow through. Okay, we knew we knew the scientist was Cloner. We already figured out this is setting up for probably what Snoke is doing. I like the fact that he said MCAT. I'm like, motherfucker, you ain't getting rid of midichlorian. Fuck you. Yes. Midichlorian forever, baby. Anyway, all bullshit aside.
You deserve to have your gutters blocked.
They're fighting, and then when we find out about these Death Troopers, and it's like we saw them in Rogue One, and now this is third generation, and these fuckers are, pretty tough, and they're talking about how much power they drain, so that's why they're in cold storage. And I'm like, oh, that's cool. That makes sense.
But I
to an IT guy, trust me, I know all about having to keep servers cool.
Hey, Pickles.
I have a few. Elihu, I'm sure you do too.
What? I'm sorry.
I was thinking.
Oh, I was saying, I understand the idea of cold storage. We had to keep our servers cool because, oh my god.
Dude.
But it was so cool.
Yeah.
I was like, okay, couple minutes. Okay, that makes sense. This is all reasonable. They land in, they go out, they've got their plan, they're going through, they're doing good. And, one of those little sons of bitches gets through that door. And
I love how they do it too, like the Terminator style.
Yeah, that was Terminator shit right there. Oh,
yeah.
I love that part.
I'm like, I know he's got padding under there, and I know that thing's strong, but that impact is still going to hurt like a motherfucker.
It could still break his neck.
Hey guys, if you listen carefully when he takes off his helmet in front of Goku, there's a popping hiss, which means his helmet is pressurized. Listen to that. Listen to that.
You're all missing one thing.
I did not even. Oh,
guys,
man,
all of you are missing the
think
biggest
about
feature
that.
here.
I didn't even hear that.
Dude, I have noise canceling headphones and I hear the score and everything background crystal clear now. I'm like, what the hell did I just hear? Oh, okay.
Guys,
kind of
you're
like
all missing the biggest thing you're doing.
when Luke took off Vader's mask. Just
Yes.
Anakin. Okay. Oh shit! Now I'm gonna have to rewatch it and listen for that because I didn't hear that.
I hear a lot of shit with these headphones.
Guys, you're
No,
all missing the
that's
biggest thing.
interesting.
You're all missing the one thing that they're doing from the EU. Moff Gideon has never spoken to anyone. Moff Gideon, they're doing the Warlord storyline from the EU, where all the Moffs and are all
Hey,
now
LDJ
Warlords.
Pixels, how you doing, buddy?
Moff Gideon fought in the Clone Wars. He knows what a Jedi can do. That's why he looks so scared.
Oh
Yeah.
shit! Yeah, I wanted to talk about that.
And I gotta take off because I gotta get ready. Sorry.
They've gotten to the point.
I gotta take off because I gotta get ready. Sorry, guys. I've been listening, but I can't. But I won't be able to look at the stream, at the chat. But I'll be listening. Okay.
Hold on.
Okay,
thanks
buddy.
for having me. My friend is about to call me, so I will hit you up later.
All right, buddies. You guys have a good one.
Okay,
May
Reven.
the force be
Reven.
with you.
I know it's with you. See you. Hey, you're like, yes, dude.
Okay, thanks for having me on, dude. Later, guys.
Yeah, no problem, bud. Have a good one. You guys have an awesome time.
Awesome sauce.
Hey, LDG, if you want to come in, Positive Candor, you want to come in, we can continue. I already told Jack we were probably going to go into overtime on this one. Oh,
Yeah, I
my
expected
goodness. Oh, my goodness. So
where were we in the story?
So we get to the point, they've done real well with their plan. Din Djarin.
They get inside. Yeah, okay, so they get
Din
inside.
Djarin, they get into the bridge. They get into the bridge. Din Djarin, he's he drops him out the airlock. Okay, that's the plan. Of course, they didn't know about the
that they
them
would come
being
back.
able to. Yeah, exactly. Them
Right.
jet pro.
I
They
figured that they would come back. I figured that they would come back because that would have kind of been a waste. I think.
I didn't even think about it. I was just kind of really immersed in the story of that episode.
True.
Because all I could think about was, the way he talks to, let's go back to the beginning. He's like, you can have anything you want.
Mm-hmm.
My only concern is the child. That was his dedication, his bond. You can call it love, whatever, but it was there. You could hear it in his voice. I don't care if his mask was on or not, but oh my goodness, it was just so interesting. He's like, I don't care, because remember, we talked about it. Let's think about this. The episode prior, it was always kind of like, when they say, how far are you going to go for something? He took off his mask for the third time for that child. First time, the excuse was it was a
he needed
droid.
to be helped.
It was a droid. It was an ID droid, so it's not alive, so it doesn't count. Okay, fine. This time, pulls his mask off so he can get face recognition, so he can interact with it. And then he has to go through this. And, oh my God, he's like, you did what you had to do. I never saw your face.
Yeah,
I mean,
love that.
If you want to talk about honor among thieves.
True. No, but, and the other thing is it started to contrast with when they were first driving into that base, because when they were first driving in, he was trying to make small talk. Bill Burr's character was trying to make small talk, and he wouldn't have it. And then at one point he says, like, we're a lot alike, and he's like, let's get one thing straight, we're nothing alike. But he kind of learned in the end, oh no, well, we're kind of alike. He got desperate and he had to break his own rules.
Oh, here's the thing. We didn't talk about this when we talked about it the first time, so let's make sure we do this. Bill Burr got, in just a very short time, the kind of stormtrooper story that Finn should have got,
Yes.
or
Yes.
something like that.
Finn should have had. Man, they
Yeah.
really screwed Finn.
Oh, they screwed Finn. Look, I'm not pissed at Daisy Ridley. I'm not pissed at any of them. None. I'm not pissed at them.
I'm pissed at
They
Ryan Johnson.
acted the best they could with what they were given. Now, I was very angry at Mark Hamill because I thought he should have been able to have, I guess, a little more power over his character. And maybe I was wrong. Maybe he didn't have that
Well,
ability.
Mark Hamill actually did speak to Ryan Johnson about the way he wrote Luke. And apparently Ryan Johnson, he was adamant that this needed to happen. So Mark Hamill, being the professional that he is, just did it.
But oh my goodness, though, that whole scene. Remember when I don't know if I sent it to you over Facebook. Oh, by the way, you got to follow my new account on Twitter because I can't DM you right now.
Okay. Yeah.
That's why I'm still sending everything over Facebook. Otherwise,
My bad.
I would. Oh no, you're fine, buddy.
Where are you? There you are. I'm following you right now.
All right, cool beans, bud.
All right.
But I mean, no, it's fine. I felt like a dipshit the week prior when I was like, oh shit. I was like, I can't get all, and then I remember I was like, oh, I'm a dumbass. I'm like, I know where he is on Facebook, but I'm like, I remembered after the fact. I was just so like, I'm so not used to using it that I forgot because you and I were in and still are in similar Facebook groups.
Mm-hmm.
And, and I was like, but then I was like, oh shit, fuck, thank God I can do this. It's like I can get a hold of you. But, I mean, this was, they,
I love that fight.
I remember something I saw some people saying when Din Djarin goes in and, there's Grogu and there's Moff Gideon with the Darksaber.
With the cutest little shackles. The cutest little shackles on. Every time you see Grogu with those shackles, those are like, oh, how cute.
I'm gonna say this, that him doing the whole saber thing, that was a bluff. At that moment, and I want to get to this because there's a big difference later. You'll see where I'm going. Oh shit. Sorry. That was a bluff. He was never gonna do that. And then when he said, oh, all I needed was his blood. Okay, we knew that was bullshit because we had already seen the holoprompter where it was like they ran out of the blood and, the high M count and everything, because you and I talked about that. And so...
I loved his acting. Whoever, I don't know the actor's name, but whoever it is, I love the acting. I love how sincere he tried to look when he was, like once he's turned off his Darksaber and he was just like, I just wanted to study his blood. You can take him now if you want. He tried to seem very sincere, but then, at the same time, you didn't believe it.
Oh no,
but
you didn't believe a word of it.
Okay. But Din believed it. That was a little weird for me. That was like, Din believed it. He was like, okay, I'll just take him. And then like he starts, hacking away at him. I love that fight. I love that fight.
We're gonna get into that in just a second, Jack. But let's talk about this. Oh my God. That actor. Oh my God. That dude. Whew.
I'm glad they didn't kill him off.
This is the antagonist This is like the Morgan Freeman of antagonists. This is like the guy you're like, oh, if you're gonna have somebody play the bad guy or the antagonist. But here's the thing. This is what I love about him. He doesn't play the bad guy. He plays the antagonist.
Right.
He's not the bad guy in his mind.
No.
And we can go all the way back to Breaking Bad. Come on, man. That was just magic the way he played his character. Oh.
I mean, that's the like a lot of actors, when they play villains now, they need to have some sort of positive motivation type of thing. Like, I have to steal because my children are starving or something like that. There has to be some sort of motivation for them to turn that way. Kind of like how Anakin turned to the dark side.
Exactly.
He wouldn't have if he wasn't desperate to save Padme.
But also, remember, actually, we need to go back all the way back to this. Remember the score when it's not Sidious, Maul, Qui-Gon, and Obi-Wan. Why is it called Duel of the Fates?
Right.
Because what would have happened if Qui-Gon had lived? The Duel of the Fates, everything would have changed.
That's Qui-Gon
knew Anakin's true potential. He sensed it. Obi-Wan did it out of obligation. Let's not cut bullshit here. He did it out of obligation. Maybe he got around love, but he never believed in nobody. Not Yoda, not Mace, not Yaddle, not Plo Koon, not Ki-Adi-Mundi. None of them believed in him like
Qui-Gon Jinn did.
Qui-Gon Jinn did, exactly.
And then afterwards,
and they
Obi-Wan
never did, even after. And if you think about it, and okay, I know we're getting a little off topic, but I don't give a shit because let's take a little comparison.
Who cares? Let's talk about Star Wars.
Remember this. Everybody remember, Obi-Wan said, you gotta face Vader. Yoda, you gotta face Vader. But they both kind of said the same thing. You have to kill him. They were still stuck in their rigid ideology of the Jedi. And Luke is the one who said, no, there's good in him. And, that was echoed in Revenge of the Sith when Padme said, there's still good in him. She believed it. She still believed it. But nobody else did. Obi-Wan didn't. Obi-Wan didn't believe
and by the way, when Padme finally lost her faith, that's when she died.
Yeah.
She lost the will to live. It was such a tragedy too to see her die. Anyway, but you knew it was going to happen.
Well, I thought what was so interesting is how this played out today, because yes, it had that little part there. They were teasing us. I think they were teasing us, and I watched. Oh, good Lord, Jack! I don't even want to tell you how many reaction videos I watched, and
you did that too. You watched reaction videos.
Yes, I went through it.
I did too.
Damn right, I did.
I watched those things for like 5 hours yesterday.
Oh my god! No, I think I did. I think I did 4.2. Fuck, who knows?
I don't
All
know.
I know is I was like, I wanted to see, and you know what, folks? Here's the thing. If you want to understand why people watch other people react, because when it's relatable and you see someone act that way, you are like, there's some connection there.
And
You've never met this person,
right,
but you get their
and
experience.
it validates your reaction as well.
It's
Yeah.
almost like well, think about it, Jack. It's almost like when you're in the theater and all of a sudden everybody, yeah, okay, I'll give you an example. Sorry,
Marvel.
Marvel, Avengers, Endgame.
Yep.
I do it.
I.
Ah!
Oh my God. So
You, I had my wife, me, my son, my daughter, and everybody else in that fucking oh god area. You could have thought an earthquake went off.
yeah, that was so okay. So a little backstory: I was able to watch Avengers Endgame like a week before it came out. It came
Okay.
it was pirated. Someone put it out early. I pirated it.
Yeah,
And
yada yada yada. How'd you keep that quiet? I don't care if the quality sucked.
so when I saw that, I freaked out, of course. And then later that day, or like a couple days later, probably, I was doing my normal Discovery stuff, and somebody, got really triggered and actually looked up my Facebook stuff. And back then, I had my kids' information on there, like how you can put your
Yeah,
relatives.
I know.
So they found out my kids' names, and then they started like using that to piss me
Oh,
off.
I remember you telling me about
So
that shit.
yeah, so I knew what he was trying to do, and I wasn't going to bite. So I was trying to figure out a clever way to respond. And then I was like, oh yeah, I have Avengers spoilers. And I start giving this guy spoilers. And of course he doesn't believe me at first, right? And so I was like, okay, fine. I screen cap no, actually it's not when he does it. It's when he hits Thanos. The moment he hits Thanos with it, like he's boom, and he's like, oh. That's the one I screen capped and I sent it to him, and he blocked me like 30 seconds later. but then he went on my blogs. Every time I put out a blog, he would go in as my kids' names and say stupid stuff like, "Dad, you're being weird again. You're freak," or whatever like that. And he did that for like 6 months until like I called him out again because of I gave him Avengers spoilers.
If anybody ever screen shadows my kids, including especially my oldest, who, as you know, hey, did I show you the picture?
The picture.
Yeah, the picture when my daughter did the reveal. Not the reveal of the gender. She doesn't know yet.
No, I didn't.
Oh shit! Oh,
I knew like you had said something about it, but I didn't.
Oh no! I didn't know if I'd shown it to you or not. No, hold on a second. I'm gonna find this. It was so cute how my daughter did it. Yeah, I'm going to brag about my little kid. Deal with it, people. I know Jack is family man. He loves his kids.
Yeah, I went to the mall to send them letters, and then when I went to the mall was dead. There's a post office at the mall. I tweeted out some pictures.
Hey, you're gonna have to just do what you have to do. I know it sucks.
Yeah.
No, no. Trust me, I feel bad for you, bud.
But yeah, so that was a funny story that I had to tell about that. Yeah, I thought that was hilarious. That guy got so mad.
Why get mad about stupid shit?
Well, I spoiled Avengers Endgame for him. That's why.
Well, he
And so-
asked for it.
And so, like, in my mind, I found it hilarious because in my mind, I could see him going to the theater, you know, and enjoying the movie, and then like that happens, and everyone's freaking out, but he's like, he was right. he's just sitting there seething, thinking about me. He fucking spoiled it.
Oh, God.
Anyways.
Okay, I had a really hard day today. Oh, Jack, I gotta tell you, I took my son. Okay, so we had an interesting thing going on. My wife had a breakup of what needed to get done. Christmas dinner at our local Mart Milo. Petco get the stuff for the guinea pig, and then Tractor Supply for the pellets. Which I knew what she was talking about. They're better than I mean they are really better than cat litter. But that was all going and everything, and yeah, I had a good day. But oh my goodness, I was like, the other day, I'm going to be honest, watching this. Okay, I've seen some things on because we're on a couple of the same Facebook pages. They were like, "Oh, you didn't get it from the X-Wing slope." I'm like, "No, I wanted to be like, no, motherfucker, we are like scared to even." Okay, I'm gonna be honest.
I thought they were fucking with us at
terrified.
first.
What?
I thought they were fucking with us at first. I thought it was gonna.
Oh my
I thought
God,
they were gonna make it lead on to Luke, and then it was gonna be somebody else, right? So when they show the
were
X-wing,
you not okay? But were you not scared? Because I was fucking scared.
they made okay. So this is how they set it up. They okay. First of all, this is what I loved. They didn't just have him come up like, "Hi, I'm Luke Skywalker." You know what I mean? It was a slow, methodical, purposeful reveal. Like every single reveal was on purpose. So first thing you see is the X-wing, right? And then Kara jokes, "Oh, one X-wing, we're saved," because she doesn't know who's in the X-wing. And then, hello.
Greetings.
Hey, love at the Love Shack.
Yeah. So nice.
Yeah, go ahead, Jack. Yeah,
Okay.
continue, man. Because we're building up
I
to
was-
the end.
So the X-wing comes in. Kara's like, "Oh, we're saved." And in my head, I was like, I only know of one person during this time that has an X-wing. One person. Unless I'm wrong.
But okay, hold on a second. Love at the Love Shack. Understand this. You gotta understand. Jack and I, we have been doing this for a long time. We thought that this may be Ezra Bridger because
Ezra.
we didn't. But yeah, Ezra. We didn't believe they would really be able to give us Luke. So, but him and I, we've been talking. That's why it's today and not tomorrow. But hold on a second, love check. Jack, come on, man, continue. You're on a roll. God, it was so beautiful.
So that was so the X-wing lands. The lady's like, who is this? They don't. He doesn't answer. And then through I love how they do it. First, it's through the monitors. There's a reason why they do it through the monitors first. But you go through the monitor and you see a hooded man, right? And I'm like, okay, I think they're trying to put out Luke here. I think this is supposed to be Luke. And then you see him fight, and he fights like Luke.
Yes.
And the monitors are black and white.
Yes. Right.
Yes.
And then
on purpose.
And then after showing that for a couple of minutes, showing like Grogu like touching the screen and stuff, they finally reveal the color of the lightsaber. It's green. Fucking Luke Skywalker, right? That's at that point, that's where I was like, I was soaking in all of the details. And then after that, the glove. You see what he's wearing. He's wearing the glove on one hand and just nothing on the other hand. It's just a normal hand. And I was convinced at that point. Convinced. And I was crying. I was fucking crying.
Oh my god.
Well, I cried later on that scene.
Hold on a second, love Jack. Oh my god. I shot you that same shot, and I said, yeah. It was like I up until that moment, green lightsaber, robe, X-wing, but the glove. Well, I was like, it's got to be Luke, or we are going to be the angriest fan motherfuckers on the planet.
Yes, right. If that was not Luke at that point, I would have been pissed. So we get to the hallway. We get to the hallway.
It was like
we get to the hallway, and it was very reminiscent of the Rogue One Darth Vader scene, right?
Hey, did you see? People have already shown that.
Yes,
there's already cut screens of Rogue One with Darth Vader doing what Luke was doing, but come on, the lightsaber.
That crush when he crushed that last one.
Yes, I was like, oh my god!
And so Din's like, open the door.
Everything hinged on, because I know how old Mark Hamill is, but everything hinged on. So then he goes through he opens the door and he walks in and he shuts off his lightsaber, and now at this point you can clearly see the hilt, and you're convinced. That's it. That's the last bit of information you need. You're just looking for the face reveal at that point, and then when he does it, it's like, wow, like tears. Anyways, I want to give Live at Love Shack a moment to speak. Yes, please. Live at Love Shack. What did you think?
Well, you resume pretty. I have not much to say. I cried the moment Grogu was saying goodbye to Mando.
We haven't gotten there yet. We're going to... No. Live at the Love Chat. I promise you, we are going to talk about that, because I want to talk about how important that moment was. I want to talk about how Star Wars that was. We are not going to end this without that. I told Jack this might go a little longer than an hour. So continue, but understand, we are not going to overlook that. I promise.
Look, the fight scene with Luke was pure excitement, and the next scene was pure emotion. And we could not get... The only way we could get anything better than that is if the season lasts for another 8 episodes. The seasons are always too short. The Mandalorian's a gift.
I agree with that.
We don't get enough. We don't get enough Mandalorian.
Oh, you want to hear something funny? You want to hear something? Hold on a second, hold on a second, love Jack. Trust me. I just want to say something funny because I saw this on Twitter, and Jack Bears was like, "Okay, I think it's safe to post this." And you know what I'm talking about. And I was like, oh,
Show it.
oh God, it was so good.
You know, you can show it, right? You know how to do that?
Yeah, I know how to show it. Well, you can show it and then let me know.
Let's
Dude,
see.
don't
How many beers did you take already?
Let's see. Share screen.
No, it was so like, I don't blame you for thinking like that. I mean, I would have been a little worried too. I mean, oh my God, I had to shut everything down to watch that, and I was like, oh, okay. Let me know when you're ready, buddy.
Okay, I'm looking. What am I doing?
Yeah, I know you're looking. I can see it on here. I just want to make sure
Okay.
you. No, I can see a little bit. I just want to make sure you're.
I love that.
Okay.
Let's see. Oh, this was here. That's it right there.
Oh yes. Oh my God, that was so good.
Yeah, what?
Like father, like son.
I have no idea what I'm talking.
Yeah, hold on a second. I gotta figure this out. I've never shared.
He's showing it right. Like
there you go. Yes. Oh my God. Oh. Hey, Jack.
Yep.
This is going to be a meme forever.
Yes. So what I love about it. It's a juxtaposition between father and son, light side, dark side.
You know, I was checking Stone Loki's channel, and I had sent a few I sent a few super chats, but I was checking some of the things people were saying, and it was like, you know, this was really like, oh my God. I mean, even when I first saw it, I was like, oh my God, they are literally giving us what we got in Rogue One. This was the fucking fuck up we wanted with our favorite villain, and our favorite hero gets a similar thing. I lost my
The only thing missing now is the blue one. The only thing missing now is the blue one.
Oh yes, yeah, definitely.
Yes, but remember, look at how this looks. Look at it.
It is art.
I mean, Dave Filoni and Jon Favreau.
Another detail.
One of the best elements.
Guys,
I'm going to say this. Dave Filoni and Jon Favreau took the best element from Rogue One and were like, I think we can twist it and make it even better. And they did. It's not a fuck you. It is an homage. It is a Valentine. It was perfect. I was crying like a bitch.
Guys,
I am not sorry to admit.
Another detail. There's no such thing as no matter if you are a Jedi, no matter if you're a Sith, there's no such thing as a lefty using a lightsaber. No lefty-handed lightsabers.
I guess that's a good point.
Yeah.
I can't think of.
Jack,
yes.
That is still Jack.
Yes.
I'm gonna tell you right now. I think this is going to be the Star Wars meme
Oh yeah.
post for the next, I'm thinking 20, 30 years. This is gonna be the like, oh my god, this is I'm sorry, this is gonna be the meme forever. I mean, it's already going crazy. I've already
I can.
seen like father, like daughter. Jack, I
I
know
can.
you and I have seen the people are already, they've already cut and pasted Luke's and Vader from Rogue One and and it's like, if you haven't seen it, oh my god, you gotta see it because you're gonna cry like a little bitch.
I
And
can see the
if
posters
you're a
and
geek
t-shirts
and you
already.
didn't cry, if you didn't cry during this, um, well, that's fine. But if you call me a bitch, fuck you, because I'm
I,
the truest
I
geek,
was, I said it
and I
earlier.
cried like a little motherfucker.
I
My
was literally like
wife
this.
even looked at me. She goes, "Are you crying?" And I'm like, and I looked at her and I'm like, "Fuck yes."
And the music was, the music. I love the music
Oh,
that they played while it was happening. I actually went back and I found the music score and I listened to it like just without anything else but just the music, and it was beautiful.
yes, it was. Okay, so I have a question. Um, between between us, let's just talk about it. I think when it came to, Jack and I, we've talked about this for a while. We thought maybe when the X-Wing showed up at first, I think we both maybe
I
guessed
was
it was
like, they're
gonna
fucking with us.
be.
That, yeah, I was like,
How
the
many?
only
Well,
person I
you
knew was
and
Luke.
How
I
you
was
many
and
like,
I
they're fucking
both
with
people?
us.
talked
How
about.
many people?
Well,
How many?
remember.
How many people on
Well, hold on a
X-wings
second.
yielding
Hold on a
lightsabers?
second.
Do you know?
Hold on a second.
Okay.
We were thinking it was probably going to be Ezra Bridger, and we were basing it on certain factors. Uh, so the X-wing, we kind of maybe missed a little bit, and yeah, it threw us for a loop because both Jack and I, we talked about it. We were like, "There's no way they're going to get Luke."
We were like, oh yeah, like they'd have
Ezra
to hire
Bridger
Mark
don't have
Hamill.
an X-wing.
Yeah, yeah.
Ezra Bridger
But
don't have an X-wing.
we were just making excuses for it to not be Luke. We were thinking, they'd have to hire Mark Hamill. He's probably pretty expensive for Luke now. They'd have to
The
de-age
problem with
him.
Mark Hamill, and you need to de-age him. You need to do it with him the same way they did with Michael Douglas on Ant-Man 2.
Oh shit! My wife
Yes,
said that earlier the other day because, hey, Jack, I think I talked to you about this one time, or I talked with several people. I remember watching Ant-Man 2 and seeing Michael Douglas
Yeah.
DH, and I said,
and
okay, did he
they
just
did it.
walk off of Wall Street?
They did it again in Endgame, and it was
Yes,
beautiful for like
and
everyone
he
they did it
looked
with.
like
Same
he,
trick.
And,
yeah,
and
We
Sa-
but
catch the
in
actor.
Ant-Man 2,
We catch the
okay,
actor.
the
Make me
whole
done
thing
the
is,
scene.
okay,
The
let's
only
look at
thing
the
he gets from him
de-aging
is the
thing.
eyes.
Hey, let's look at the whole thing. The X-wing came in. Okay. We're watching the fighting. Of course they're teasing us,
right
and then we see the green lightsaber.
at
Okay,
that point,
the
I was like, oh
cloak
wait, I was pretty
and
sure
the
that's
green
Luke.
lightsaber. I
And then
was
I
like,
got emotional.
yeah, I got emotional, but I wasn't willing to do it until Jack. I showed you. I shot you the snippet. Once that
You saw
lightsaber
that
was
glove.
in the glove, then you and I said, it's like, That was Luke.
Mhm.
And
Yeah,
but
because
it was
how
so
many people
emotional.
know that
Okay,
has an X-wing? How many people know that has an X-wing, a lightsaber, and use a glove on the right
Yeah,
hand?
from that point, yeah, like, yeah. I mean, what I loved about it is that, uh, unlike unlike the day before, I watched a Star Trek show that tried to bring back like an old entity called the Guardian of Forever that was in the original series, and oh my god, they flubbed it up so bad, and yeah, they
I
messed it
told
up
you,
so bad, and then I see this, and what I love about it is that uh, John Favreau assumes that the audience is intelligent enough to figure out by certain, probably by the green, by the green lightsaber or the glove, that this is definitely Luke Skywalker.
or the
That's why they
X-wing, or
that's
it
why
the
they
did so
dragged it
good.
out.
They did it so good. They did it via the screens, and screens were black and white, so we couldn't see the color. But I was like, "Oh shit, green lightsaber cloak." But like I said, when I shot to that screenshot and I saw the glove, I was like, I told you, I was like, "Oh
Some
my god, it's Luke!"
somebody
I
else
mean,
noted
my god, it was Luke
there was
fucking
if you could
there
see
was
Skywalker.
R2D2, you would figure out.
another
He,
reveal too, the belt. When you see the belt buckle,
Yeah,
because that's from when his Return of the Jedi outfit.
yeah.
yeah, but it was so amazing. I couldn't believe. I mean, you and I know we fan joked about it, but we didn't believe that it was even remotely possible. You and well, I, I,
I
I,
was
I
hoping
pushed that shit out of my mind even
I,
remotely.
I
I
didn't
was
I
like,
didn't push it out of my mind. It was in the back of my mind, but I didn't think it was realistic. I didn't think.
oh,
Yeah,
I never gave it a chance in hell. I was like, okay, we're gonna just
I went as far as to I went as far as to say maybe R2D2 will show up instead of Luke to take Groku to
yes,
Luke.
I remember that. Yeah, you did say,
And
hey,
so
guess
let's talk. Can we
what?
talk about R2D2 for one
Got
minute?
R2!
Oh my god, I have
And
watched
he did his
R.
little wiggle wobble. Oh, God. I was
So so so
How
R2
are
was
you supposed to
excited
fit
to
Goku
taking Groku.
inside R2D2?
Say again.
How are you supposed to fit Groku inside R2D2?
you don't have to fit him in there.
It's not that small.
I've seen an X-Wing cockpit. It's going to be fine.
Yeah, and it's very tiny. It's very tiny. Goku takes up very little space.
Okay, let's get to that. Let's get to the really emotional part. I
Okay.
mean, okay, we've got to talk about it. It's like, he says, come here, little one. And he's being Luke. He's very calm. He's like, come here, little one. He's trying to, and Jin is like, Jajarin is like, he doesn't want to go with you. And then he looks at him and he says, he wants your permission. And that was so profound because remember, it's an attachment. And then we get to the payoff that I think, look, I love the Luke Skywalker thing, but we have got to really put the heart and soul into what this was. He looks at me, he goes, he's like, he's one of your kind. Remember, he is a foundling, so he understands this concept of different species and everything being able to go there. And that is very good. And then, he's like, he hugs him a little bit, and then R2D2 comes in. And folks, I'm sorry, but if you are a 1 through 6 guy, if you don't know that R2D2 is the savior of the entire galaxy, you're wrong! Because it's R2D2. If it wasn't for R2D2, nothing would have changed.
Why can't
If
I
it-
hear you going in here?
Yeah, but okay.
For real, quiet down.
Okay, hush your mouth, son. Oh shoot.
okay.
Okay, nah, my son just
I'm
said.
pretty sure you're drunk already.
But I mean, let's look at what happened here. He's like, are you a Jedi? Okay, I love the fact that he doesn't say, I'm Luke Skywalker, which would have opened up an array of questions because Bo-Katan does know the name Anakin Skywalker. So she might inflect a question like that. But they don't ask it. He comes in, he does the thing. But remember, Grogu, his ears perk up. And I mean, we're all thinking the same thing. I know we're all thinking it. I think we're all in different periods of when we started to believe it. I said it had to be green lightsaber, cloak, and glove. Once I saw that was it for me. All
Green
I was
lightsaber
waiting
for me.
for was how the de-aging thing was gonna go. Because I figured that's how they were gonna do it. But we had such a tender moment there where it's like, when he says he doesn't want to go with you, it's like, he doesn't say no. He just says he's asking for your permission. He's not telling him, no, you're wrong. He's explaining to him, what is going on with Grogu.
This is the
And it's
Jedi
like,
Master Luke.
yes, this is Jedi Master Luke, where he's like, he's asking your permission. That's all he said. He goes, he's asking your permission. And, he goes, it's your kind. And notice, Luke never moves. He keeps his hands cuffed the way he does, and he just stands there.
I think I'm going to be honest. Like, that is definitely a Luke thing to do, but I also think it was very convenient too for the VFX artists, because the less movement, the less they had, the more they can work with.
Yes, but the way that he did it too was very good. The way he cups his hands and does it, and of course the way they cut away from his face, obviously saves him money. But it works out because it's R2 and it makes sense because of the way they did it. They did it really well. And the way he cups
Grogu
because
really didn't want to leave.
No, of course Grogu didn't.
Until
but,
R2D2 came.
Telling him. But one of the great things he says is, he's very talented at the Force, but talent without is useless. And
talent without training is useless. That's right, Ray.
Yeah, that's right, Ray. And yes, I know that's the FU. And yes, that's the fucking FU to Ray. And I don't care. It was really well done. And I know I've seen a lot of it, and I know, Jack, you've seen it.
I got to pee real quick, but I'll be right back.
Yeah, go ahead. Go to your Loja. Love Shack, brother, what'd you think, man? What was your overall end all? What'd you think? Did you really enjoy it? Was it what you wanted?
Yeah,
was
I enjoyed it. I enjoyed. The episode was perfect, was flawless. Look, not even the girls mowing all those stormtroopers all by themselves. I didn't bother. I don't even bother that. There was no moment on this episode that was not perfect. The plot twist about there are a lot of people that will complain about that, but the plot twist about, oh, sorry, you can give her back the dark saber. She must be taken by on combat. So
Yes.
that me now you're the heir to the throne of Mandalore.
Okay. Okay. Love Shack. I'm gonna tell you right now. Yes, that is a fatal plot flaw because I
I don't say
remember.
it's a flaw. I don't
No,
say
no,
that's
no.
the
It is
flaw,
a
but
flaw because I remember, and I have it on DVD, Blu-ray, whatever. Sabine gave the dark saber to Bo-Katan in Star Wars Rebels. So
yeah, but they don't sell
why
that anymore.
did he give it to her? I'm gonna have to relook back and see if I can understand why, because that's a very strange
There are people
plot
complaining about that already. There are people on Twitter that check the scene with well, I don't know who gave given the dark saber for Bo-Katan.
Sabine gave the dark saber to Bo-Katan.
Yeah, if she's not supposed to be able to do that, that's a continuity error. There's a continuity error.
Yeah, that's kind of something we're trying to figure out here. I think
That's a
that's
good
one of
point.
the
And we
yeah,
don't even
Jack.
know how.
That is the one
We don't
model I
even
couldn't
know
figure.
how. Excuse me.
Nah,
We
go
don't
ahead,
even
Jack.
know how Moff Gideon gets the dark saber. He could just kill the guy who's yielding the dark saber. He could be shot the previous owner in the back, and okay, I got this now. Now that's mine. I don't think that counts as a trial by combat.
Depends on how you look at it. But I think those are questions that are going to get answered because I don't think that Bo-Katan asking Djarin to come over to Mandalore to help her claim it was just a plot. I think that's where Mandalore is going to go.
I
I
don't think
think he's going to help. I think he's going to help her retake Mandalore.
I don't, look. I don't see the Jin Djarin became the next great leader of Mandalore.
I didn't say to become the next leader of Mandalore. I said
I
that's
don't
where
think
I
that'll
see
happen.
the next few seasons going. Like we
He doesn't
said,
want it.
yeah, he
Yeah,
doesn't want
they don't
that,
want.
but here's the kicker. What if he's the leader they need? And
But he
maybe
doesn't
Bo-Katan
want that.
realizes it. Well, we'll see. I think that's where Mandalorian season 3 is gonna go. And I think
But
they were pretty
we
cool with
spoiled that
it.
already. They are doing Boba Fett next season.
And, okay, I gotta be honest.
You missed the did you
But
miss the
Is that
post-credit
supposed to
if,
scene?
be a
if,
separate
if,
show, or is
if
that literally the third season of The Mandalorian?
I
I
think that's
don't
the
know.
third
No,
season.
I don't know. No, I don't think so. I think that was meant to be the spinoff.
No, I don't think so. I think that will be the third season.
No, I don't think so. I think the third season is gonna be with Bo-Katan going and taking over Mandalore.
I don't
But
think that's gonna happen.
we could be wrong. We'll see.
Yeah.
But you know what? We gotta be honest. I loved how this episode evolved. I loved how it ended. Yeah, I know what's supposed to come. I'm not gonna get involved in the rumors of are they trying to retcon? You know what? I'm not gonna get in the middle of that shit. Because it's a waste of my fucking time.
Yeah, I agree.
You know what I want to do? I want to enjoy the fact that I got to see Luke Skywalker, Jedi Master,
Yeah.
and I
Not Jedi
want
Knights.
to
Jedi Master.
leave it there.
Master.
Yeah. I don't. You know what? We'll see how it all plays out later. I just want to enjoy the moment. I don't want to bother with what comes later.
Yeah, I don't want to think about that.
Enjoy what I saw.
In
I
fact,
want to embrace it.
I'm
And
gonna
I
be
want
honest.
us all to embrace it because this is what we wanted. This is the Luke.
The sequel trilogy does not exist in my head. It doesn't exist in my
Mine
head.
either.
It's like an alternative universe or something like that. It was like a fanfic or whatever in my head.
Good. We can agree on that.
And
There
so,
are no sequel trilogy.
yeah, it doesn't
That
exist in my
never
head.
happened.
Hey,
I will
but you
will
know
accept
what?
only
Can
Rogue
you
One.
believe? Can you believe we actually got? Okay, I want to point this out. 3 Disney movies.
Yeah.
3, right?
Mm-hmm.
Luke was in all 3 at some point. A fucking TV show
Yeah.
gives us what we wanted. And if you don't believe me, you sons of bitches out there, I'm going to tell you right now, go fucking look on YouTube right now. I have spent hours watching fan reactions to the same shit I was losing my shit over because I was like, oh my God, please tell me other people saw what I saw. And I was geeking the fuck out.
Seriously.
That was
Yep.
Luke fucking Skywalker, man.
And not
Jedi
Jake.
Master.
People want the Star Wars back.
Yes. Yes. They want this Star Wars back. They don't want the Jake Skywalker that
Same thing.
Mark Hamill was unfortunately forced to play.
It's the same thing it's the same thing with Battlestar Galactica Blood and Chrome. They want to see the war.
Right.
Oh my God.
they
They
look back.
had it right there in Blood and Chrome and they pissed it away.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Just do it.
I don't want to talk about. I want to. hey! We got Battlestar Galactica reimage. Just
Fine.
so say we all.
Yeah.
Just be happy for that. But anyway, like I said, this just blew my fucking mind. I haven't been blown by Star Wars. I mean, okay. Star Wars has blown my mind at many elements. But this, let's be honest. I know we all had our fan theories, but none of us really believed Luke Skywalker was going to show up. And then the X-Wing, the lightsaber battle, and
Why
then,
can't Star Trek be
the
this
hood,
way?
everything, the hood, the green lightsaber. Okay, I was like, but when I saw the glove, like I said, I was like, this is fucking Luke. But then I'm like terrified. I'm like, how's this reveal good? And then I saw him, and look, I get it. Okay, folks, I get it. I get it. It's not perfect. It's de-aging CGI. Fucking get over it. It's fucking honoring us. Stop bitching about mundane shit. They did everything they could to make that as good as it could possibly be on the fucking budget. So, this is my thought. If you're pissed about the de-aging, fuck you. Deal with it. Be proud of the fact you got Luke Skywalker the way you wanted him, and now you're gonna bitch about a mundane thing about CGI. Fuck you.
So
Sorry.
I believe everybody can agree about. Okay, let's just cast other people on the classic characters and do the extended universe. Just that. Go ahead, call Timothy Zahn, and let's get or Luke Skywalker, Mara Jade, Leia Organa, Han Solo, and everybody else. Just keep doing the right thing. Come on, Disney, we forgive you. We forget the sequels. Please just give it what we want.
I wanted to make a point that I love Rogue One. I don't know what you guys think of Rogue One, but I love Rogue One. And
I wish at least the droid survived.
Right, but they did Tarkin's face, and they also did Leia's. Both of those were clearly CGI, but I forgave it because the story itself was good.
They honored it.
Yes, they did their best. You know, you can only do your best.
And that's why I was, and actually, Jack, I was in the same boat there. That's why I was okay with everything. That's why I was like, okay, I was seeing people like, oh, this was 1983. This is, I'm like, oh my fucking God. I'm like, are you really gonna bitch about this? I'm like, I've been watching people beg for this, and it's like, because they didn't de-age him right. Give me a fucking break. The guy is they had to make him look like he was barely 30 years old. Oh my God. I was like, you know what? If you're gonna be that petty, that's what I gotta say about this. If you're gonna be that fucking petty, fuck you.
It was convincing enough for me.
Damn right. And they did Tarkin right. They did Tarkin right, and you know why? You know what? They got Peter Collins' family, and they signed off on it.
What do you want in your spaghetti?
Mom knows what I want in my spaghetti. Sorry, my son. Okay, that
Drink some coffee. NBGeeks is drunk. Drink some coffee, and Madam Geek or Great Incredible Geek is drunk.
Yes, I am. But have we not had fun tonight?
I'm having fun.
Oh yeah, I'm having a great time. Look, this was an amazing thing, and I was talking. Like I said, I was very impressed with where the series has gone in just these 2 seasons. And I know we all saw the post-credit scene, and there's going to be a Boba Fett, and I know we're all like, geek the fuck out. Jack, you and I might have to put a few extra days together if this becomes a regular start, because we're going to have to talk a lot of the Star Wars stuff. And
I am interested in seeing like what that's about. With because I was a little I was a little confused at first because it was okay, it's Tatooine, and then it was Jabba's palace, and then it looked like that one character from the third.
It was Bib Fortuna.
Return of
Okay,
Jedi.
I looked it up. It was
Okay.
Bib Fortuna. It
Okay.
was Bib Fortuna. Now he's all fat and
That was
overweight and
that
everything.
Bibi
Obviously,
Fortuna.
I was like, because I looked it up. I had to look it up because it was like, and then it was like, her, and I'm like,
And then when he sat on the throne, I was like, "Oh, he's taking
yeah.
Jabba's place.
And
He's going to be a crime lord."
I like it. It said the Book of Boba Fett. I'm like, okay, well, let's see where they're. Hey, they've got goodwill going on the series. So we will see where it goes.
Where's the
But
stuff?
right now, it has been so good because they did real well. My son and I were driving around today, getting haircuts and shit and all that. And we were talking about the episode, and he was talking about, I thought maybe we'd see Yoda's speeches. I said, well, yeah, I thought maybe we would too, but I guess that's not going to happen. He goes, why not? I said, well, it's George Lucas, the guy who created the shows. He's always kept that a secret. So,
Yeah, he's purposely done
I was
that.
explaining, and I was explaining to him, and it was a fun conversation. We were having a great time. And, but man, this just, I'm going to be honest. This season finale, I loved Rogue One. After my disappointment with The Force Awakens, when I saw Rogue One, I was fucking floored. I would say this made me feel like that again. I loved it. I just couldn't believe how well they managed to pull it off and write it well and direct it well. And I don't care if KK is an executive producer, that all that means is she pissed in the urine somewhere for all I care. As long as that bitch stays nowhere near this TV franchise, Star Wars is in good hands.
Yeah, I agree. Star Wars is in good hands, and
Do you mean Star Wars as a franchise is in the good hands of the KKK?
No, you missed what I said. I said it's in good hands with Jon Favreau and Dave Filoni.
Not Kathleen Kennedy. Because she's
no,
the
as long as she stays away from
producer, and
because she's
basically
one
she
K
has
away from
literally
being
nothing to do. Okay, let's put it this way: Kathleen Kennedy is labeled as executive producer on The Mandalorian. Do either of you see any Kathleen Kennedy in any of these episodes? Nope.
Not really.
Nope.
I mean, I don't know if you guys noticed, but when they took the bridge, that was an all-female team. But it felt so natural that you never even thought about it, and they never pointed it out or brought it up. It was just a naturally formed team.
Of course it was.
And they killed the only female Empire. They killed the only. How can I say that? That girl on the Empire uniform, the captain or whatever, she's dead. They killed her.
They killed everyone on the bridge.
Yeah,
including that other girl. That only girl in the Empire crew.
Star Wars is an equal opportunity.
Yeah.
No, but I mean, it was so interesting how the episode just worked so. It really felt like a movie. And here's the thing. Okay, let's, when we talk about, Luke shows up and that whole thing's going, I thought the way they did it was perfect. It was, a little TV, a little reel, a little TV, because it kind of made the way they did the editing with a Jedi. And, they're looking at it, you're like, oh, this kind of, feels really good there. This makes sense why you're seeing it this way. And, he's just doing his thing, and it went so well together. And, when Grogu left with him and R2 and everything, and, but, we haven't gotten to the best part. The best part.
The
And
dubstep.
let's be honest. Okay, wait a minute. You need to understand something. Din Djarin has taken that helmet off 3 times for that child. Now, hear me out how that works. One with
the third time
the IG droid by him stating, well, I'm not alive, so it doesn't count. So, okay. The second, when he's in the officer's lounge and he has to take it off and he has to make a choice. And he has to take it off to save the child. That's the second time he did it. And
Technically
he's
first.
got it off and he's talking, and Bill Burr's there, he goes, you did what you had to do. I didn't see your face. And that was it. Third time now, he took it off in front of him. Because Grogu went like, he goes, remember, he says, I'll see you again. And Grogu is like, just kind of reaching up, touching, and he just kind of, and you said it, Jack, earlier, you said there was that little hiss, like that was the air pressure thing.
That was somebody else on the
yeah.
stream earlier, but
Yeah,
yeah.
that was somebody else, so we'll have to double check that. But he took it off, and he let Grogu see him. This is the only time Grogu's ever seen his face. And Grogu just kind of, they look at each other, and, the puppeteers are doing the ears and the eyes, and, they're just kind of looking at each other.
And I'm doing this.
Yeah, we're all like, yeah, I'm like, oh no, you know when I lost my shit? I'm gonna tell you when I lost my shit. When Grogu did this.
No.
Oh, I was like,
and he actually touched his face.
Yes. No shit. That is where I lost my shit completely. And I was like, this made sense. And it fit so well.
Hey, you
And
can
the
share
way-
my screen because I can show that scene right now. I have the file.
But I mean, like,
Huh?
but like I said, it was so. I mean, I know we're all worked up on, the Luke Skywalker thing, and yes, rightly so. But that scene right there, I mean, we got to remember he jumped right in front of Grogu to save him, and there was never a question he wouldn't do it. He was gonna do anything for that child. They had bonded in, however you want to look at it. I don't know the proper context to say they're bonding, how they attached.
Like a father-son thing.
Father-son, but I mean, they had a bond that was so strong that even Ahsoka recognized it, and then when the power, he sent a signal, and it was Luke who shows up, which of course Luke makes perfect sense to be the one. We just, of course, didn't believe it would happen, and it did. and it was beautiful, and the ending, and his helmet's on the floor, everybody's in the background, they're talking, and the door closes, and the music plays. I'm like, boom, boom, motherfucker, boom. This, ooh. I might as well have watched that in a theater for how much I wanted to jump up and down and lose my shit.
I was just basically like, this is so good. I was, oh my God. I didn't expect to get emotional. I didn't
I
expect
didn't
that.
either. No,
Yeah.
I didn't either.
Yeah. So that's where I was just like, like, holy crap. Like, the fact that they actually gave us what we wanted. I hope they keep giving us what we want. I'm sure, I'm pretty sure it's gonna lead to the sequel trilogy. But
They might be trying to. Okay,
right,
I'm not
yeah,
subscribing to any theory. I
right.
don't want to go there. Okay, the sequel trilogy is much later right now. I just want to focus on this enjoyment. Let's okay, I don't want to theorize, I don't want to even fuck around with it. Let's let them figure out if they're going to be able to make it make sense there. They might.
I was just gonna
I
say that.
just
I was just
I
gonna say
just
that.
want to be like, okay.
Okay.
I just want to be like, I don't want to speculate. I just want to be like, maybe. But right now, I just want to enjoy what I saw.
I was just gonna say that I'll keep watching this because I'm enjoying it until maybe around the time like Kylo Ren is born or something like that. Then, like, once it gets really into like a sequel trilogy type of thing, I'll just stop watching. But I'm enjoying what I see now.
Yeah, that was so good. Oh, we didn't even talk about the. Oh shit. Moth Gideon. Did you notice how scared he got?
Yes. Yes, when he realized who that was coming for him,
No,
coming,
no,
or
no, no. I don't even know if he
not for
knew
him,
it
but
was.
Hey,
He might have, but the point was, remember, he was all smiles and confident, and then it was the X-wing, and then it was like, they like, why'd they stop? And he's even a little concerned, and then Bo-Katan's like, a Jedi, and then, sorry, Live and Love Check, I don't
where'd
know
he
what
go?
happened. I don't know. I guess maybe he lost connection.
Okay.
Uh,
Bye bye.
and then it was, but though it was like a Jedi, and then they cut to Moff Gideon, and he
mhm.
was scared like a motherfucker.
Because he knew what Jedi can do. He worked with the Empire,
I
which was
know, but it was so good how he feared that actor. Oh my god, that actor went from being jubilous, like I got this one, to pure fear, and
he was about
that
to
guy is one hell of a fucking actor. He's fan fucking tastic.
when yeah, you're right. So he shoots that one I
That
can't
one
remember her name.
lieutenant.
I can't
Yeah,
remember her
lieutenant.
name.
The one lieutenant.
But like at first I was like, is she okay? Because they don't show her getting up. They show her
Yeah, but
falling.
you see her at
But you
the
see
end
her
in the
later
back.
on. Yeah.
Yeah, I double checked that. Did you
Yeah.
double check
So
it? I
but at,
sure as fuck double
but yeah,
checked
so
that.
at first I was like, whoa, like is she okay? Like, and then, hey, welcome back.
Thanks, NB.
Yeah,
I
no
was,
problem,
I
buddy.
was trying to share my screen, but I don't think anybody.
No, no, it's shared, but I guess maybe it was causing some issues on your end. Because I tried to share it, but I don't know what happened. Sorry.
No, never mind.
No worries. We're gonna be wrapping up soon because it's actually getting ready to rain. Right here, and honestly,
Rain?
yeah,
Are you
rain
supposed to have a
and
snowstorm or something?
I'm gonna say this. As far as season finales go, if this does not go down in history as 20 years now, one of the greatest season finals ever, I'm gonna go be like, you're so full of shit, you don't get it. That was so epic,
Yeah.
so profound, so well done. Like I said,
Yeah.
it's not even just about Luke, it's how everything built to. Okay, I'm gonna give you right now. I'm gonna say this right now. It all comes down to this. Luke takes off Anakin's mask, sees Anakin. This was literally the same thing.
Just
But
for once, let me look
yes,
upon my son with my
yes,
own eyes.
Yep.
yes, and exactly like remember. Okay, think about this. Grogu has never seen him without his mask on. Now, Djarin has probably seen him while he's sleeping, but remember, they've never seen each other like that. And just the little, like, it had that. Okay, like you said, Luke, let me look upon you with my eyes. Did that not be like, did that not little touch thing kind of have the reverse effect? Like,
Yeah,
will you see me with your own eyes? I mean, just you can think about it, but I mean the point was, and he did it, and it was you had 16 episodes that built up to that. That is a payoff that
Yeah.
shows could kill for to have that kind of payoff. That is the payoff that you want. But I understand I understand the Luke thing is overshadowing, but once that hype has, subsided and we've all gone around, the real payoff is what I'm talking about. The removal of the mask. Let me see you. I see you with my own, and the touch and the look back and forth and just the real peace, the hope, the like, this is Star Wars, this is hope.
this is the
Okay,
way.
Yep.
this is the way.
Exactly.
All right. All right. Look, we we have well blown past my normal 1 hour 15 minute, but fucking A, I told Jack, I said we were going to blow past this. I think we knew we were going to. This was just
Yeah,
too much.
yeah.
This was too much. This was just.
Well, I'm glad to help you to blow up.
Love Shack, it was great seeing you again. It was great having you. Jack,
Yeah,
it's
it's my
always.
first time on your channel.
Yes, it was your first time on my channel. Jack Beers is my regular co-host, or I'm his co-host. Yeah, however you figure it
It's
out.
your channel.
Yeah, yeah, but it wouldn't be much of my channel without you, buddy, because we've got this. As my wife says, we just have this real good synergy going with what we talk about.
Hey, let's
And
just
if
me
my
check
wife
one
says
thing.
it, it must be right
Let me
because
just check one thing. This is the Nelix bar thing was you were talking about earlier.
no. This is 10 Ford right now.
Oh, thanks God.
No, this is 10 Ford. Quark's Bar is where we bitch about things. That's
Oh,
why we had to change it because we had to talk about this because Jack and I were talking the other day and it was like boom, boom, boom. And I'm like, dude, we've got to talk about this. We've got to go. Jack and
Because
I
that was too
are.
positive. There's
No,
nothing to
Jack.
bitch about that season finale.
All right, hey everyone. Hey, this was great time. Hey, stay around. We'll talk offline. Let's cut this loose. But I gotta say, thank you everyone for showing up. Thank you to the panel. Man, we really went for 2 hours and 15 minutes. But you know what? It's great because this is the kind of finale that just we don't get very often. These are few and far between. They're gems like this is a gem that is like we didn't think could be possible because we could speculate it all we want, but we all thought like, nah, it's never gonna happen, blah blah blah. And we got something special. So with that
Yeah.
being said, I'm gonna change up my normal end of my greeting. I am going to say instead, may the force be with you.
May the force be with you.
Always.